do you have to be a monk to find God? I would say this, that it does help. Because when you're married, your wife or your husband keeps calling attention to his or her reality, and that may not be God. But on the other hand, if you have a desire for marriage, then go with that desire. It may take more energy to resist it than to flow with it. There's nothing wrong in being married. The important thing is that you marry for the right reasons. When you marry in order to get something from somebody else, you're marrying with self-interest, not with love. When you marry with the thought of what you can give to the other person, how you can help to make the other person happy, how you can serve the other person, this is self-giving, and this is a good thing, and something we should practice in daily life. Giving to others means giving to those closer to us first of all. Giving to our wife, our husband, giving to our children. This is the beginning of self-offering. And then don't let that be a mantra in your mind, us four and no more, as Yogananda put it. But let it be an expansive thing that through your love for your wife or husband, through your love for your children, you say, well, this love should expand. So you learn to love your neighbors. You learn to love strangers. You learn to love the world. You learn to love even those you've never met. But it's a matter of expanding your consciousness. There are two ways to God. One is inward, and the other is the social way. They're both equally good. One is by going within like a hermit. The other is by giving. Monks, as a rule, should not be hermits. It's very difficult to be a hermit because the mind tends to run riot. But if you can be a monk with other monks, it's a great help, or a nun, whatever. But it's a great help to be with other people who have the same ideal. It helps to strengthen you in your own dedication. It helps to it's a constant reminder of what it is you are looking for. And environment is stronger than willpower. When everybody around you is doing something, it's easier to do it than when you're doing it on your own. But don't worry about householder or monk. I would say yes, if you feel to give your life to God, that's the best way to go. But I'll tell you this too. In Autobiography of a Yogi, the first edition, not later editions in which they changed this thought, but they should not have done so. But in the first edition, which Ananda publishes, it says that living for God and living a normal life for God, meaning householder and everything, is indeed the higher path, provided the yogi can maintain a sense of uninvolvement, of non-attachment, and remember it is all God's. So they changed that because there was a big squabble between the householder members and the monastic members, and the monastic members who had control over his words changed his words to read that. He did not write that. He said that the other way is a higher way. The thing is, how many people can follow that higher way? Not so many. Most people, when they become involved in marriage, think in terms of pleasing their spouse and taking care of their children, and it becomes too much of I and mine. But if you can, I should point out that Yogananda's most highly advanced disciples were most of them householders, either at the time or had been. So don't worry about it. Follow your true nature and you will find God. Wherever He puts you, He will find you. And I have to say this too. Wherever you go, whether it be to a forest hermitage or to the Himalayas or to a jungle, your karma will seek you out wherever you are.